Hi, I'm Bob Boross, and this is my Jazz and Tap Dance Life. We're here again with another installment of Monday Mattox. Every Monday, I give one of the technique exercises of the legends of jazz dance, Matt Mattox, who created his freestyle jazz dance technique. It's a very precise technique using a ballet base, but also with body isolations and jazz feeling. It's very particular, and it's something that you really have to study for a while to really pick up on what he was trying to get from his students in his class. Today, we're going to do a little bit different of an exercise. We were doing pliés, tendus, a couple of isolations. This is going to be actually a stretch and a push into a jazz position. It involves rounding over and up and stretching side and up, but not in sort of the way that we normally do in jazz class, which is to drop the head first and roll down and up. It's a little bit more of a fall. So this exercise normally would come maybe 20 or 25 minutes into class, sometimes after the hip isolations, after you did head, shoulders, ribs, and hips. So you should be pretty warmed up by the time you do this, because you are going to get a very good hamstring stretch and lower back stretch when we do this exercise. So this is not a beginning of the class exercise. This is something for when you're well warmed up, or even after you do your floor stretching, stand up in the center floor and then come and do this exercise too. So this is a round over and up and a side stretch and a push into jazz position by Matt Mattox from his freestyle jazz dance technique. Okay, here we are. I'm going to start with my feet together. I turn out to ballet first and open to jazz first, where I'm parallel with feet hips width apart. Now this exercise involves dropping over, up, and a side and up. So I'm experimenting with some different ways of keeping this body mic on that won't cause too much noise. This one seems to be a little bit better, but I think rounding up and down is going to cause some noise. So we'll see how it turns out at this point. Now, as I was saying before, many times in jazz class, the first way we come down is we always drop the head and round over and then roll up. We're not going to do that. We're actually going to let the body relax and just take a fall and a bounce. So the body is this way, relaxing, not a big arch, but just a relaxing fall and up. So it's very loose rather than pull the upper part of the body and do a contraction. That is key in this exercise. So what I'm going to do is round over on one, back up two, head starts, side stretch, reach the arm, come up. And one, and two, and three. We're going to do it again. And one. So I'm relaxing the hamstrings and letting them stretch. One, and up, side, and up. Then I step to second position, arms, fold to neutral, put the hand on the hip, take a side stretch as long as I can make it let the head go. From there, I'm going to bring my right shoulder forward, rotate back until both palms are facing flat up to the ceiling, and hopefully my chest is there. I'm going to come to this position. Then I'm going to push through to that tendu, and there's my nice jazz pose. And then from there, back to parallel tendu and close. Now that's the whole exercise. If I go to the left, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's our exercise. That was a little slower on tempo. Then what we would do with this exercise also, there might be after over, up, sided up, you would do a behind, side, front kick, sometimes into a position and do turns. So there are many variations to go on from this basic level of the over and up and sided up. So we would have 6, 7, and 1, and 2. Let those hamstrings relax. 1, and 2, and 3. Just be loose. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. And 1. In, out, and turn, and press through. Keep your alignment, and extend. Jazz first. And up, side, and up. And up, side, repeat, and release. Up, side, and up, and over. Up, side, step, side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's a really good stretch for the hamstrings and to round over, but again, it's not something you do unless you're really warmed up before you do it. I know a lot of times people say they don't want to do ballistic type stretching, which is that push, but I find that this works for me as long as I'm warmed up. I don't have any problem, and it actually is a good stretch. It's a very rubber band-like stretch for your hamstrings to let them loosen and pull back to where they need to be. So that's the round over up, push side into a jazz pose position. From the Matt Mattox Freestyle Jazz Dance Technique. I'm Boross, and this is my jazz and tap dance life.